The rupee has breached the 90 rupee.
First time ever, it has crossed 90 against the US dollar, 90.
The rupee just crossed a psychologically scary 90 per dollar.
This week something interesting happened. India's chief economic advisor said he's not losing sleep over the rupee crossing 90. Meanwhile, former NITI Aayog Vice Chairman Rajiv Kumar said a weaker rupee might actually be good for India. Wait a second, two opposite statements for the same situation? So what is it? Are they right, or it's just a face-saving damage control? And to make things more confusing, US dollar is weakening globally, yet Indian rupee is still falling against the dollar. How does that make sense? Welcome to the first episode of Money Miles. Imagine an escalator moving upward. That escalator represents global market pressure, and the person represents currency. The global market pressure is pushing currencies weaker. On it are two people. The US dollar is walking down slowly, the Indian rupee is running down faster. So even though the dollar is weak, the rupee is falling even faster. This makes the dollar look even stronger in comparison with rupees. This is known as relative currency strength. Even if dollar is weak compared to other currencies like, say, euros or pounds, it doesn't matter because the comparison is done amongst two currencies relatively. Why is the rupee slipping faster than the dollar? There are a few key reasons. Number one, India imports more than it exports, also known as trade deficit. Oil, machinery, electronics are all paid in dollars, which leads to a higher dollar demand, which again leads to a weakened rupee, a falling rupee. Number two, foreign investors are pulling money out of India. When foreign investors exit Indian market, they sell rupees and buy dollars, which in turn increases the USD INR rate. They are also pulling the money out because currently US interest rate markets are favorable to them, as the US Fed has not cut the rates or not revised the rates as the RBI have done so in the recent times. When investors are unsure, they prefer a safer market, and the collapse of India-US trade deal has not helped the cause of rupee. An interesting point to note is that instead of aggressively defending the rupee at 90, RBI is guiding it, which in turn results into holding of your forex reserves or avoiding selling your forex reserves. We can safely say RBI is now guiding the rupee rather than guarding it. There's a bonus content in the end of this video for those who are traveling abroad in the upcoming week or in the upcoming months. And I'm afraid it's not a good news. To understand why, please stay tuned till the end of the video. Now coming back to the statements made by the chief economic advisors and the NITI Aayog Vice Chairman, I feel these statements are not contradictory. They are just looking at this situation with the lens of different dimensions of the same event. Here's why. A weaker currency isn't always a sign of weakness in the economy. Sometimes it can also be used as a strategy or a tool. This tool is known as controlled currency depreciation. A weaker rupee can make exports cheaper and competitive, boost your export revenue, support job-creating industries, and reduce your import dependency. And many countries have used this approach. China made its currency artificially low to dominate global manufacturing. Japan, meanwhile, with a cheaper yen, made its vehicles and its electronics affordable and attractive worldwide. Even in India, sectors like IT, textiles, and diamond processing earn more when the rupee weakens. This is because $1 converts into more rupees. Economic theory supports this. Controlled currency depreciation can reduce trade deficit, grow your exports, and support labor-intensive industries like ours in the long term. But, and that's a big but, to benefit, India have to up their export game and not only rely on US but also diversify to other regions. Also, if global outlook or demand is weak, cheaper export prices may not automatically translate into higher export volume. Further, depreciation also raises the cost of essential inputs like fuel, capital goods, input goods, which ultimately leads to an increase in inflation and raises domestic production costs, which ultimately hurts consumers like you and me. So, only time will tell if we actually have a plan for this या फिर सब फिर से बातें बना रहे हैं. For those who are traveling in upcoming months and upcoming weeks, I'm afraid that $2,000 trip has just went up from 1.6 lakhs rupees to 1.8 lakh rupees. The airline fares are going to get increased. Your expenses which you have planned in the country may go up. But if you are holding foreign currency in hand or loaded in your car right now, it will come handy in your trip. Proper feedback is appreciated. Subscribe for more such content. See you next time, 1 mile at a time.